speak on or introduce to some and present to some and introduce to others. Someone I care about deeply. You know, me and this man is about the same age. We've been around about the same amount of time. But he still constitutes to me a father image. So a father I never had. So I love this brother. And he's the hardest working man in Islamism. Ain't nobody work harder than him. Ain't no five of you can work harder than this one man. So he's deserving of our highest respect. Because he wouldn't work so hard, he didn't love you. And let's give him some love.
Islam, and thank you very much. In case you don't know who this is, Carter Davis is supposed to come up here and talk about this more here. Thank you for your comments, brother. This is Kenneth Brown Bay, in case y'all don't know his name. He's the honorary chairman for this year's convention. Again, thank you to him. We've been together a long time, long time. Thank you for coming to the 87th National Annual Convention of the Morris Science Center of America. It's a corporate name, Morris Science Center. And all of you who travel here, we trust that when you go back to your places of origin, state, that you have a safe travel back. This is going to be a very intense convention. As always, we have designed this convention to not only serve that we can take care of business for our organization, but those who are not in the delegate sessions can also have things to do, places to go, things to see in our great city here in Chicago, Illinois. This is my city. I'm born and raised here, my new Mecca. It's that part of Chicago that I know I love. Many of you know I've traveled all around the world so many times. But as the old saying goes, there's no place like home. Giving praises to the one and only God that we know is Allah Almighty, who's in charge of everything. In case many of us, some of us forget who's in charge, Allah has the way of reminding all of us that He's in charge. Since we accept our Lord Allah Almighty, and we remember our Lord Allah Almighty, then we remember the one He put in charge to guide us to a destiny that's not uncertain. And that is the Prophet Noble Ali. I give great honor to him because he deserves it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
If you look at me as a hard-working man, that's because I'm inspired by the Prophet Noble Ali beyond your conception. And I like it. Because when I do according to what he says, I ask him, are you pleased, Prophet? Did I make you happy? Did I repeat your words in such a way that it was a healing for me and those who heard your words? I've been around since February the 12th, 1978 on the manifest, and I'm not the only one. There's a whole lot like me. And I just realized that not too long ago. And when I say like me, those are the ones who stand behind the Prophet. Not on the side of him, not in front of him, but right behind him.
Yes, sir.
There are many like me.
Yes, sir.
Not that I ever thought that I was all alone. But for me and those who are like me, it's hard to stop. I can't stop.
Islam.
I don't want to stop.
Islam.
Sometimes I'm up at 2 in the morning, and I like it. My wife said, don't you want to get some sleep? No! Don't get no sleep. I'm on a divine mission. I'm filled with zeal. I'm so serious. Serious don't know what it's all about when I come around.
Yes, Mom. because I realize what's at stake for our people. We are determined to liberate our people from the Negro, black, and colored. We are determined to liberate our people from that dead consciousness of do nothing mores, stiff-necked mores.
Yes, sir.
We are determined to make it a better day for our children. So when we old men and women and our children ask us, Daddy, Mama, what did you do? But more science thing. We don't have to tell them, we can show them. We're going to talk about some of our plans for this great organization. This is the mouse that roared. Oh, you just got a handful of more that. We two or more make a group.
Islam.
If you're serious about the Prophet Noble Drawley's program, then I'm with you. If you're not serious, I'm not with you. I don't care who you are.
Islam.
What you say and how good it sounds. You know, when John's mother died, he was deeply grieved. You all read this before. He wept. Grieving comes weeping. And I can just imagine how he wept. You know, those of you who have lost your parents, the other side, you can remember how you wept, whether it was by yourself or with someone else. That kind of weeping almost takes your breath away. And as Medina was telling John about who he was and what his mission was, John said nothing. Like the Moor said, he was drawing. Then after he comprehended everything he said, he was so fired up, he said, why need I wait?
Yes, sir.
May we not go at once and wash?
Yes, sir.
That's the kind of zeal that the prophet wants from each and every one of you.
Yes, sir.
Islam.
I feel like I just joined the Moorish Science Club of America yesterday.
That's right.
I'm so fired up, look like I joined yesterday. Prophet say the tongue of the sincere is rooted in heart.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to question someone who's sincere. All you have to do is look at the works they produce. Islam?
Islam.
We ain't no gum bumpers up in here. We don't believe in gum bumping. Like a dull knife, you just ain't cut. I didn't say that, James Brown said that. He said, you just like a dull knife, you ain't cut. You ever had a dull knife that just ain't cut?
Yes, sir.
We TDKs and TDQs for the prophet. Throw down kings and queens. That's what we do. Prophet Noble Drawley is my inspiration. And he should be all of our inspiration. Because we are determined to make it a better day.
Yes, sir.
For our posterity. We are determined to do that. And we're determined to do that according to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Islam.
We're determined to do that by repeating and doing just what the prophet said. You ain't smarter than him. All of a sudden you know everything. All of a sudden you want to replace the prophet's words with your words. Well, guess what? It's not happening on this watch.
That's right.
Mr. Know-it-all, Miss Know-it-all. Oh, well, he really meant this. How you know? You going to speak for the prophet? This what he meant. You can't speak for the prophet Noble Drawley. He is a divine one.
Sir.
You know, a long time ago, a man used to let oracles speak to him. Wood, things like that, you know. But now, Allah say, he speaks to man through what? Perfect man. And that perfect man is Noble Drew Ali.
Yes, sir.
Allah's prophet. And don't ever be scared to say that. Don't let everyone tell you that he ain't no prophet. What? What is our prophet to us?
He is an angel of Allah.
That's to us. I don't care what you say, when you say it, and how you say this is shirk. If you keep on talking, something's going to happen to you. Because I'm not going to stand and let you disrespect my prophet, Noble Drew Ali.
That's right.
I give honor to all the divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. Buddha is the Buddha of enlightenment, and we're all enlightened. It's good to sit in all kinds of schools of thought. It's not good as more Shamarians to stay there.
Islam.
Sit, get what you gotta go. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. You ever hear that song? If it don't fit, don't force it. You can't force it. Giving honor to the flag of the United States of America. Giving honor to our flag, the Moorish flag, red flag with the 5-pointed green star in the center. Giving honor to all past Supreme Grand Sheiks and Chairmen, Supreme Grand Council. Giving honor to our governors, our Grand Sheiks who are guiding this nation according to Noble Drew Ali. We never get tired of repeating the same thing that the prophet said.
That's right.
Never.
That's right.
Some say, well, it ain't but 101 questions in the questionnaire. Do we need to repeat that again? Yes.
Yes.
We need to repeat it all the time because guess what? You always find something different. You find a different drawing, as they say, when you repeat that. I know I do. I said, well, how could I miss that? And it is tasty because it's already hidden and tucked in it, and then it just comes out when it's time. I believe in the capacity of our group to succeed. I believe in our governors, our Grand Sheiks, our officers, Supreme Grand Council. I believe in the capacity of our group to succeed. And we're going to talk about some of those dynamics tonight. Islam? As you know, this theme of this convention is economic power. The prophet said we have shining lights in the business world amongst us. And some of you are here tonight, not all of us. And with the Grand Sheiks on the mission of Temple number 52, I'd like to use him as an example. There he is right there. K. Carter Bay has cleaned that business. He's going to talk about it. Franchise. He used to be into real estate, did you know? When he saw that it was an opportunity, sharp young brother too, to have a clean that business, he did it, and he started hiring more, didn't you know? Those ones that worked,
Yes.
and the ones that didn't work, he had to give them the boot. And I don't mean that he actually kicked them with his shoes. He had to tell them, farewell. Remember Temptations' old song? Farewell, my love. They know about that. He's one of the many shining lights in the business world. Matthews Bay in the real estate. He's the shining light in the business world. But real tight with that money.
That's
Islam.
Islam.
Need to be in business. You know, my wife and I brought a grocery store in the Delhi for $5,000. And when we bought that grocery store in Delhi on 65th and Greenwood, I was so happy to come in there with my fez on, clean all the grass out the cracks in front of my business, take the key and open the door that belonged to me,
Islam.
look in the register and count my money,
Islam.
pay my staff and pay my bills. It felt good.
Islam.
If you ever been in business and you relied on that business to support your family, it's a good feeling, isn't it, bro? This is the money I made, and I helped somebody too. Once you get a taste of being in business for yourself, you can never get that taste out of your mouth.
Islam.
Working for you.
Islam.
A job is meant to work it for so long till you get enough money to get your business. Because let's face it, all they're going to give you is a slap on the wrist and a gold watch until you get out around here.
That's right.
That's all you're going to get. And you're going to walk away and say, yeah, certainly good, didn't it? Unfortunately, Soon after that, your health started going down. Happened to my dad. Well, I worked at International Harvester for 30 years of my life. I got out at 20. Said, you ain't gonna get no more out of me. I was excited because the only work I want to do now is for the profit. Even though I have my own consulting business, and I made good money, I charged $175 an hour to get it all over the world. Shellfish, finfish consulting. Our vision for business is to create such a great financial empire that we don't have to depend on anyone or any grants at all. We depend on ourselves. We don't need a temple without a school, even if it's just a nursery school, Islam. But we need to control what goes into our children's mind.
Yes, sir.
We need to educate our own.
Yes, sir.
And we need to create positions and have the finance coming in. And we're going to do that with our own schools. Islam. We're going to encourage our people who are in business to participate and patronize that business. And if it's some business that can be done from state to state, let's do it. Islam? Don't give your money to somebody else when you got your Moorish American brother or sister providing that service. Give it to them. As long as they're reliable. Islam? Because reliability is one of the key components of a successful business, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Carter Bay told me one time, more than once, Mo, one of the workers didn't come in of a contract we got to clean this big bank. So I have to go in there and do it because they rely on our services. That's powerful, isn't it? Did you do that, Mo? He rolled up his sleeves and he's so clean and smooth. Went in there and demonstrated. The prophet said the gold, the silver, the commerce belongs to who? That's you and I. But it ain't going to jump in your lap. It's not going to say, hey, let me sit in your lap. I belong to you. You got to go get it, Islam. Manufacturing is a key component to successful business. That's another key component. When you're manufacturing something, you create jobs for people as well. You create a product, and we've seen that example through the Prophet Noble Raleig's Moorish Manufacturing Corporation, Islam. If you were here earlier, you saw Brother Whitehill give his seminar on that. And he had the foot bath here with the Moorish mineral, with the compound, so those of you who never tried it can have a free foot bath. And we all drunk Moorish tea, those who were here, Islam. And I think the ones who were not here and they saw it on the program was dodging drinking that Moorish tea. And those who had it before, you know, it will clean you out. And you should have heard all the stories, the testimonies that people were talking about who tried our products that we're so proud to have today. Islam? One thing he didn't say, and many of us kind of miss this part, is that the prophet called the oil what? See how sharp you are. Nope. 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 Come on. All you scholars out there, where's the oil at? Now they changed the name. Old Moorish. Old. And I didn't realize that because I tried to, and still trying to manufacture sea sausage. My sea sausage is Old Moor's sea sausage. Whiting fish, grind and seasoned to take like that thing, but it's not that thing. And it's good. I I'm grinding that fish, making 1 ounce links, 1 ounce patties. Talked my way into the public school system. Didn't have no truck, but I had heart. I had a little festival. Yeah, I did. And they ordered a large amount. I made several trips right next to those 18 wheelers. They said, what you do? I said, I'm delivering my product, man. That's my product. A couple of public schools are taking it as a pilot program. But to manufacture anything that is good for health or good for the people is a plus. Islam?
Islam.
You have to try. If you have an idea, try it. Islam?
Islam.
Don't depend on someone else. Try it. The prophet said many businesses we tried, some of them failed. But that don't mean you stop. That means you keep grinding and keep going. Business and commerce is the same thing. So get on the good ship lollipop. All of you moors out there, whatever you have that can be self-sustaining in business that you can be proud of and leave some of it to your children. Carter Bay got a little girl, a beautiful little girl. When Carter Bay gets old, your daughter gonna get that business, isn't she? By then he'll be an attorney. That's what I'm pushing him to be. But that's what other people do. They start some kind of business, create commerce, and they leave it to their children, their posterity. When you dare our children to do wondrous things, that's one of the main things that you dare them to do. Get a business. Islam?
Islam.
Women get a business and they don't play. They do not play. I went to so many business seminars. I could write a business plan in my sleep. I wrote so many of them. And I realized one thing. Small business loan and all like that. If you got money, you can get money. But if not, you begging, oh, I missed this figure here. Yeah, you got to get that figure right. It's like a revolving door. We plan to finance our own businesses. Islam?
Islam.
Through the uplifting fund. That's what it's for. You can't charge them interest, but we can put a carrying charge on that. That's a carrying charge. And put that back in the coffers. Grand Bay comes back around and says, I want to start a construction business. I need $300,000. Give him $400,000. Here's your $300,000. Give $100,000 back. That's the uplifting fund. To help us start our own business. That's our internal banking system for us. When the prophet said we need an emergency fund and act as an emergency, we need, emergency fund is our own FEMA. That's our FEMA, because if a hurricane comes to Los Angeles, we don't have to depend on the Red Cross. We the Red Crescent and the Star. See, y'all down there, yeah, we ain't got no food, no. Didn't it happen in Katrina? All the Catholics, they sent the stuff to their people. And whoever wasn't with them, they got the residuals. We don't want no residuals. We're kings and queens. We want the gusto. Yeah, we need food and water. Send them down a 53-foot container full of water. Send them another 53-foot container full of stable food. Take care of your own. Islam? Islam. That's the vision of our prophet, Noble Ali, and I have adopted that vision. And if you can see the prophet's vision, and you can see that I'm with that vision, then you need to get on that good ship lollipop too. Islam? Islam. Playtime is out. We talk too much and do less. I don't know about you, but I can't sit around the campfire talking about things all the time and not doing nothing. Don't that hurt? You might as well be unconscious more. That's what I like about business people like Russell Wills sitting out there from Houston, Texas. When I went down there to see that Mo, he was fixing tires, had his own shop. That Mo couldn't stop. And the people I saw come to the shop, they liked him. And he didn't play around. He said, okay, you want 4 tires, that'll be $120. It wasn't no, could you pay $120? Business is business. We need to learn, friends is friends, Business is business. Business. You're going to pay somebody else? Get into business. This morning before I came to the convention, I did some work for a client of mine who had a problem with FDA and observing their regulations in handling finfish and shellfish. And they find him enormous amount of money. And he asked me, could I get him out of it? I said, sure. He's Italian. So I wrote a letter and I quoted the codes and the law. And I said, you know, your bill, I put 4 hours in this, $175 an hour. I said, but I don't want $175 an hour. Because he goes to Morocco and gets the octopus, and he has like a washing machine where he puts it in there and tenderizes it. And in all Chicagoland, he's known for the man with the octopus. But he also has the whiting fish connection. He said, oh, Mr. Babe, what do you want? I said, I want the connect. Don't pay me. Give me the connect. He said, what you want? I said, I want to start it with 1,000 pounds of H&G whiting. I want to start it with 1,000 pounds of Moroccan sardines already in the can. He said, come Wednesday, I'll have it here for you. So what we want is to distribute. The people who want it have already told me, I want 1,000 pounds. So I don't have to hold it. Ship it right over there. Here's the invoice, sign it, that's it. Business. We have to always be thinking about doing business. And later we can have malls around the country if they want to distribute. Today in the Tribune newspaper, they're having a franchise affair the 27th of September, I believe it is. Well, if you're interested in franchising any business like Dunkin' Donuts, and they said they will fund you, they will give you the money, the startup money. You don't have to know till you get there, but we should be there, Islam. One of us, two of us, somebody should be there. Say, what you say you're going to do, let me write that down. If you put yourself in position to do business, then you're not going to have a problem. But you got to always be after some kind of business.
Well,
Your children like to see that you're in business. They like to come there and know that that's their money in that register. Or those invoices that they, or those pro forma statements that turn into invoices, that's their money. And they like to see you provide for them. Think about it. Many of us are so job oriented, we can't think about business. And there's something wrong with that. I graduated from Malcolm X College in 1975 with an associate's degree in dietetic technology. Transferred to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff for community nutrition. We ran out of money. So we gave our people in Arkansas money before we gave it to you. I said, and I was with my wife and I had 2 girls there. So I said, let's hat up. We talk about that Friday. Some of the young people say, hat up. What does that mean? I mean, let's get to going. When I came back to Chicago, I had nothing. But I knew some produce stores that had produce that looked like it was going bad. I went there, got it, took my wife's laundry cart, made some shelves in there, and dressed the tomatoes, whatever I had on shelves, and went from door to door. Got fresh fruit for you, fresh vegetables. And all that I did to sell, we took home and ate. Business. You got to be hungry for business, Islam.
Islam.
In the street world, they call it hustling.
yes.
We call it industrious. We call it being industrious. Yeah, I do need some tomatoes. Here they are, $3 for $1. When you coming back tomorrow? If we believe in the capacity of our group to succeed, there is nothing that can stop us. Islam. Everything is ours. You say in the world today where the economy looks kind of funny, it don't look that kind of funny because somebody got money all the time. More science took of America to begin to operate successfully. We need a minimum of $500 million. A minimum. $500 million we can get some things done. Islam?
Islam.
Serious money. And that's not even serious because you got more billionaires today. Say, well, the world is in all kind of chaos now because the United States of America is going to start fighting ISIL. ISIL. But when you look at it now, I'm going to talk about this because it needs to be talked about. What is ISIS? Is it a country? And they say, oh no, ISIS is in all these other different countries. So are you fighting a country or are you fighting Islam? Which one is you fighting now? Islam? If you fighting Islam, just say, we fighting Islam. Oh, well, they cut our people's head off, some of them, that's horrible. And they did this and that. What did you do? Why can't the goose talk about the gander, Islam? Well, we got to get them because you just can't chop an American head off like that. No, you can't. Cruelty is wrong wherever it's at, Islam.
Islam.
It's wrong, but you can't say that this is Islam because now, in southern places, when you get a brother or sister going with their turban and fez on, the Europeans say, there's one of ISIS. That's them. Get them. Since it's been going on, I went somewhere where all these Europeans was there, and I had my kufi on. I said, good morning, man. Right where I said, oh, you think I'm ISIL or something? She's looking at me out the corner eye. But they have these how do you call it? Perceived notions and with prejudice. But these are the things that our prophet Noble Drew talked about. He said there would be a time where we would have to have our flags in our pocket. And in order to pass through the streets, we would have to, and we got it, we would have to pin the flags on each shoulder just to get through the armies that's on the street, the soldiers that's on. We would have to do that. And we would have to wear our fez and turbans every day then. So they would be able to distinguish us for who we really are. Islam?
Islam.
Now, what is our position now? If and when that day happens, where these people, because they got 20,000 people there. 20,000 people belong to their group, which is a substantial amount. What do we do? What position do we take according to the Prophet Noble Drew? Well, the way I interpret the Constitution of the Moorish Science Temple of America's divine Constitution, we support the United States of America.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So, if you come over here and tell me, oh, assalamu alaikum, brother, we brothers. Okay, well, alaikum salam. Pop! Yeah, but you the enemy too. Because they're not going to look at you in Islam, just like the Iranians didn't look at the Iraqis in Islam. They look at you from country to country. Islam?
Islam.
So I'm going to defend my country as much. And see, this is the thing we need to understand. When I say my country, our country, this is our country.
Yes, sir.
You missed the beat now.
Right.
If you got these preconceived notions, oh, I ain't American, I don't want nothing to do with American. America is a continent.
That's right.
It's not United States of America. Canadians are Americans too.
That's right.
Mexicans are Americans too.
That's right.
Haitians are Americans too.
That's right.
Puerto Ricans are Americans too. And Cubans are Americans too.
Islam.
When the flags switched like this, the prophet said they would switch on the present Moroccan Empire. Ohio ain't going to disappear.
That's right.
Baltimore ain't going to disappear.
That's
Those municipalities in those states ain't going to disappear. The only thing that's going to change is that we're going to be governing them, Islam.
Islam.
With that flag. That's our flag. And every symbol on that flag is about you and I.
That's right.
Our government spent $20 billion on the Iraqi war. $20 billion. That's a substantial amount of money. 20, not 20 million, 20 billion. And corporations who contracted some of that work, they got over real good, like Holly, They got over good. So many of them are talking now. Yeah, let's get them. They talking that John Wayne talk. Let's go get them. What they really talking about is
contract.
if we go over there, there's another 20 billion we can put in our pocket. People say, oh, they all over Barack Obama. They don't like him because he's that. No, it ain't got nothing about him. He's Asian. It got nothing to do with that. It's got something to do with what?
Money.
That money.
Contract.
Contracts, that money. They want that money. And those big corporations that got people lobbying for them in Washington, D.C., where that money's from, right there. Carter Bay made me aware of something the last time I was in D.C. that was so profound. Because as we was running down the street, every time I looked around, I saw new construction. And then Carter Bay says, well, you know, Washington, D.C. ain't lost a heartbeat, a drumbeat at all with jobs, contracts. It's growing because they got them contracts. And it's flourishing. Where cities like Baltimore,
Detroit.
why is it that on the East Coast, nobody wanted to be from Baltimore? Where you from, D.C.? They could be right from Baltimore. Whereas though the job rate, the employment rate has sunk in Atlanta, Georgia, in D.C. it's just steadily growing. Because it's about those contracts. And those contracts produce money. We have established an arm. The Roman Catholic Church has an arm called the Catholic Charities, but they operate through their 501c. We have established Moorish American Social Service for the 501c3. And we plan to put that in every subordinate temple across the country. When we can use that to do charitable work, and do some charitable things, and do some things that we could not do, but that's not before the science of man. Excuse me. You have to be assertive when you get that finance. Washington, D.C. is the land for contracts. And they get some huge contracts. Not like third world countries like Nigeria. They get those contracts, and if you've ever been there, I've been there 5 times. They get a contract to build a building, and that's why when you ride through Lagos or Benin, you see so many unfinished buildings because they already got the money. Why I gotta finish this? I got the money. We must have our share of coppers, gold and silver. We must have our share. We ain't begging for it. Just by being born, we're supposed to have our share. We're going to get our share. And we're not going to get it through sovereignty. We're not going to get it through these particular laws. We're going to get it because we are the true and the real representatives of the most powerful religious corporation in the world. It's our religion to get that money.
That's right.
And if when we get it through religion, we got a lockdown on it. We got a lockjaw on it.
Yes, sir.
The prophet knew that. That's why he put this thing together here like this.
Very good.
You know the Vatican owns CBS. Did you know that? Columbia Broadcast. They own CBS. They own a lot of stuff. So they tell people how to think and what to do. Do broadcasting. You ever seen the Columbia picture movies where the lady's standing up there holding the light? She's holding a light called a lump. What is it? A luminary? She's holding the light. If anybody holding the light of humanity in all righteousness, it should be this sister here. But that sister there, it should be our own woman, Islam. Because she is the light of the world. The shame and the glory have been misplaced with us because they have us damn like all we do is sit around and have babies and smoke bud. Colombian, whatever you want to call it. They got that wrong. Our challenge is to educate as many people, our people as we can, because they're not helping the cause. Every time we say we Moorish Americans and our cousins, well, oh man, you just the end just like me. No. So I got a call from St. Louis. And that young fella got murdered. Ferguson.
Right.
Everybody aware about Ferguson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Grand Chief, what we gonna do? Oh. What's we gonna do? We need to march. Al Sharpton down there, he marching.
Yeah, let him march.
Jesse Jackson down there, he marching.
Let him march.
Chris Rock had Jesse Jackson on one of the show, and they had filmed him backstage. And Chris Rock asked, he says, "What is it that you do?" And Jesse said, straighten out his suit for him. He said, honestly, we don't understand what you do.
Right.
He, like many of our people who say they're our leaders, are opportunists.
Right.
Let's call it like it is. They seize the opportunity to make themselves appear that they're really doing something. The prophet told us about those people. He said, woe be unto the man who set himself up so high and has not what?
Merit.
Ain't married. He ain't earned it. But he has enough gump to set himself up, so look at me. Knowing that's only a model of Humpty Dumpty. We know about Humpty. Humpty was depicted as an egg. Humpty got on that wall.
Right.
Didn't nobody put Humpty up there.
Great fall.
He had a great fall. And being an egg being so fragile, Humpty fell and broke to pieces. Because the truth come to the light, Islam.
Right.
And unfortunately, we got that all around the country.
Right.
I'm the grand, supreme grand chick, I'm the poor Bible. Who said that? It's almost like somebody coming out of 43rd Street. I've been called. You've been called? Who called you?
He yourself.
I've been called to sit on the wall. I know I ain't really earned no merit, but you know, I'm this, I'm that. Says who?
Right.
If your heart is not in the people,
Oh.
and you don't really work for the people sincerely without asking for nothing in return, you're feeding yourself with wind. And guess what? Thank you. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. And guess who's going to bring it out? The prophet said the children of wisdom will bring it out.
That's right.
Because the tongue of the sincere is rooted in the heart. The children of wisdom that speak from the highest plane of spirit life will bring that out. In the midst of security where you think you're safe. You've been acting and playing all the time while your people are suffering. It's going to come out. That's why I tell you, I share with you this evening, in the most profound sense, you must take the hand that will never let you go. And that is the hand of our prophet, Noble Ali. Don't ever take his teachings for granted. Don't say, well, we've been through this before. Go through it again.
Yes, sir. Right. That's right.
And again, and again, and again, and again.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Because it takes time to get it. Acts 6 say we are teaching our people their nationality and divine creed. With us, that means you and I.
Yes, sir.
We still got to wash away that Negro, black, and color.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
It don't come overnight because you joined today.
Teach.
Right.
Teach.
And it's going to go like that. We got some stuff we got to get rid of.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Some serious stuff.
Yes, sir.
It's so serious that the prophet say, do it again.
Right.
Meet again and again and again and again.
Right.
If we didn't need that, he would put it in the law. Islam.
That's wrong.
It's necessary. Get your rub down from the prophet Noble Ali.
Right.
Not from the mere ideas of man.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
he's so smart. He knows everything. This ain't your show. It ain't never been your show or mine. It's Duali's show.
That's
That's whose show it is.
Yes, sir.
In case you ever forgot.
Every day, all day.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Prophet say he too deep, you can't get under him.
That's right.
And he's right. Don't take Drew Ali for granted. When I was in Istanbul, Turkey, and flew from Turkey to Lefkosa in Cyprus, there was only one hotel in that hilly town. And they didn't have no windows. They had the wooden cupboards that you open up like the old time stuff to get some air. And all you smell is jasmine in the air and the blossoms of orange trees. And the hotel say, well, we give free breakfast. There's only one. When you get up in the morning, you get some tea, you get some feta cheese, and you get some bread. That's your free breakfast. So every morning when I would get up, and there were Muslims from everywhere, at least 500 of them. And I'm the only one with a fez on there. I said, okay, let's read chapter 7. And one morning I was late. And they say, oh, Usman, that's what they call him. Why are you late? We were ready to hear some more poetry. That's what they call this. They call it poetry. But guess what? They liked it. Drew Ali is heard all over the world. All over the world. When I was in Nigeria the third or fourth time, I gave one of the maids the questionnaire. When I got back home, the father called me. He said, why did you give my daughter such a powerful book? It's too powerful. I said, because she needed to give it to you, where you can get your drawing. Don't underestimate Drew Ali or his teachings. We take a lot of things for granted, Morris.
Yes, sir.
Drew Ali speaks to the entire world.
Yes, sir.
Even the Europeans like him.
That's right.
Because they like to see us come what?
Out of the dark.
To the marvelous light. Come out of that dark. They like that. They said, now you can live next door to me because you've been edified with some kind of doctrine that's profound, that we even learned from. Because we thought that you didn't know how to wash, but we know the Moors invented washing and cleaning. Yeah, we did. And don't think we want your women, because we don't want them while we move next door to you. We ain't into amalgamating. We don't want you. That's what they think. Or they're moving next door to us because they want Sally. Sally, don't go out there and hobnob with them. If you do, you lose your inheritance.
That's
You
right.
can't fight for the inheritance one day. Oh, Dad, never. I don't want to lose my inheritance. I will never go out there with those guys. And they sneak through back there. During the plantation time, and this is depicted in history, they would take their woman and put her way up there and just look at them. So bad. Wouldn't even touch her. Somebody's wife. She be in the bed and hot summer nights, oh, I wish my husband would come here and help me. When you go out to the Asiatic places? Bertha, come on over here, girl. You know what's wrong with that picture? Is that many of us don't put our woman up there where she belongs. Islam?
Islam.
Put her up there.
Yes,
And
sir.
say this is the queen of the universe.
Yes, sir.
Because there's 1,000 ways in which I can leave here, but it's only one way I can get back here. And that's through that man with the womb called woman.
Islam. Islam.
So we cherish her as a what? As a blessing sent from Allah Almighty.
Yes, sir.
That's why that's why the prophet tell you don't holler at your woman. Don't use profanity even in the mildest sense. Don't be talking about her faults. Look at your own. What did you do? Brothers have a tendency of doing that. Well, see, I don't want my woman doing that. What did you do? And even if you didn't do it, you thought it. The sin is in the thought, it's in the head, not in the act. Oh, I gotta watch her because she can get me. You gotta watch yourself. When you hear a brother say something like that, they got many forms of secret sin.
Islam.
Stuff they would dare not tell anybody. Oh, nobody can never know this. You know what I'm sense, boy. I got it too. You're not by yourself. All of us got it.
Islam.
Michael Jackson, you got to look at the man in the mirror.
Yes, sir.
If I don't tell you, I'm going to tell myself. And if it's that bad, I can stop that. I will stop it. Oh, no, I can't do that. I remember that demonstration. That was a measure. And if you weak, and you in New Orleans, some of them sisters will captivate you. You'd be standing there, hypnotized. She'd be asking you about more science. Well, brother, what about this here? You can feel it so strong in the room, you can be talking to somebody and feel say, what? The prophet told us about that. Don't let it tempt thee in excess of your delight. But see, old men like me, that don't mean nothing. We beyond the flesh. We too old. Too old. 7. I want to say this to you all this evening, that there's so many topics that I want to talk about in reference to what's going on in the world and our economic power. Those of you leaders who are out there, when you leave here, be careful how you talk to people on TV. So we want to interview you. Let's give us your thoughts on Iraq and ISIS. Give us your thoughts on Islam Grill. If you give them your thoughts, and I can tell you from experience, what they will do is to cut out what they want to cut out and put in what they wanted to put in for sensationalism.
That's right.
So you know what the best thing to do? There's 2 things you can do on that. That's the first thing, you can no comment. Or, for me, the best thing I could say was, according to the prophet Noble Ali, now cut that out. I bet you cut that out, won't you? Well, Noble Ali said, and they ain't gonna let you say, well, he's talking about Noble Ali. Stop that tape right there. We don't want them to hear about him yet. It ain't time. Or no comment. I absolutely, unequivocally have no comment to your question. See, the hero, the most renowned human character, what is he but a bubble of this week is called vanity? I saved the day. I gave my comment. I gave my 2 cents. You're not qualified. You don't speak for the Moore Science Temple of America. You don't. So be careful when you talk to the public. Doing 911, NBC came to Chicago. Some Spanish guy with all this camera. Remember that, Sister Rochelle? Well, we want to film you guys. We want to know everything what you're doing. And when we get through the year, we're going up there to Indiana and we're going to film the other group. I said, why you come to us then? Please. And they had me up there. I said, okay, we'll tell you what the prophet said. Or they had the makeup guy there brushing my face. Brush. Had the cameras. He's going to talk. I said, yeah, I'm going to talk. They didn't know what I was going to say. I said, Prophet Noble Drawley said this. Said, oh, wait a minute, hold on. We got the wrong guy. I said, no, you got the right guy. We got the right one. I'm going to share with you something that's really powerful. That's right. If you repeat the words of the prophet, you always be on top. And make sure you tell him this is what he said. But if you go out there and try to dance your own dance, I'm Grand Sheik, I'm governor, I'm telling you what this means, you're going to get yourself in, as Case said, in a quagmire. You're going to get yourself in a fight script. You don't know which way to go. And my neighbor came to fix the pipes, the place we were next door. He said, oh, Mr. Bay, I didn't know that you was down there and that was y'all place. He says, police gonna get you. I said, for what? He said, FBI looked at you. I said, so? What do you mean? I said, let me tell you something, Bill. Police ain't gonna get me. The FBI ain't watching me. They watching you, because you a lawbreaker. You 3/5 of a man, all did I let him have. After I gave him an uppercut of the truth and a right cross and a judo chop, he backed off. He backed all the way off. So he used to talk to me in the backyard sometimes. But now he coming back and There wasn't no more of that. I say unto you this afternoon with great emphasis that to follow the prophet is too late.
Islam.
Not to follow the prophet, surely is death. So don't question him. Just do what he said. Merely you told the prophet, said, oh, prophet, they not doing what you told all of us to do. He said, all they can do is just die. You can't make up your own rules in this here demonstration.
Right.
And if you ain't found out that yet, you're going to find out soon. Reading from the Holy Quran in the Moorish Science Temple of America, I call your attention to the soul of man. And I'm not going to read this whole chapter. I'm just going to pick out some pieces here that we can use, and I can use as well. That's chapter 10, 20, 35, 33, right?
Yes.
Chapter 33. 38, thank you.
38.
That's why I looked over at you. Chapter 38. Verse 1. The blessings, O man, of thy external part are health, vigor, and proportion. The greatest of these is health. What health is to the body, even that is honesty to the soul.
Islam.
That thou hast a soul is of all knowledge the most certain. You don't have to guess. Of all truths, the most plain unto thee. Be meek, be grateful for it. Be humble. Seek not to know it perfectly, it is inscrutable.
Islam.
The prophet said, you must first bow down thyself at the footsteps of your student. You know, to bow and prostrate is an act of humbleness. Even if you know, you have to be humble for more to come to you. This is the nuts and bolts here. Thinking, understanding, reasoning, willing. Call not these the soul, they are its actions, but they are not its essence. Business people, or people who want to be in business or are in business, are always thinking.
Islam.
They're thinking how to ante up some more profit. And they're thinking how to make it better. They are thinking, even if they ain't in business, how to get in business. They are thinking.
Islam.
When you stop thinking, you die.
Islam.
You have to always be thinking. Great chess masters are thinking. Moorish American Muslims are thinking.
Yes, sir.
Islam.
We are thinking. We are supposed to be thinking all the time.
Yes, sir.
If you're not thinking, you're dead mentally.
Islam.
And if you're dead mentally, you must be Negro, Black, and colored.
Yes, sir.
Because Negro, Black, and colored are not thinking.
That's right.
Carter Woodson said that if we keep miseducating him, he'd be like a beast in the field. You know, a beast don't think. He don't get up and cook his grass and saute it with olive oil. Talking about having a meal. We're the only human beings, a only animal, people with this flesh who cook.
Right.
If most of us cook, unless you're on the raw. Who's on the raw? Unless you're a breatharian, you're on the raw, you don't cook. You let the sun, you eat raisins. The sun cooked a grape for you and made it a raisin. Animals don't have that kind of, they don't have intelligence, or they have instinct. They instinctively do these things. They don't think, well, I guess I'm going to go out and lay out for a while and get a little sun. Have some raises. Understanding. Business people who are not business are going into business, they understand what they need to do to better their business. They understand. Moorish Americans understand that it's important to proclaim your free national name, which is what? Reasoning. A businessman is always reasoning. He's always open, and she's always open. Reason is what we use to do what? Your dominion needs some maintenance. You got to groom it. It needs maintenance. Thinking will help you to maintain your dominion. And through reason, you can be fair. The prophet said nothing can be just. Gotta come from reason. See, women reason anyway. That's why their decisions are prudent. Prudent is one of the virtues. Because they have to make a decision for the best interest of their families. That's why the brothers look at her and he just agrees with her silently the way she manages their house. She uses that reasoning. Willie. The prophet said, when man's will is in tune with Allah's will, resurrection is a fact. Will is so powerful that it supersedes the flesh. Have you ever heard of the story where the woman saw the car crushing her child? She ran over there and she lifted the car off her child, liberated her child from death. It was her will. She said, I will liberate my child from death. We exercise our will on such a small scale that just think that if we exercise it on a large scale. You ever heard of the Green March in 1958? Green March in 1958 was in Algeria. The Algerians, who were Moors, decided they were tired of the French being there, running their country. They didn't have any weapons. The Green March is called the Green March because, check it out, Google it when you get a chance. They said, what we going to do? We're going to zikr the government and take over without zikr. We will have our own government again. They didn't have any shovels, sticks. It's just the will of the people came together in such a profound and fuerte way. Muy fe. Which means very strong in this country. That they marched into the main spot. Allahu Akbar, 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 Allahu Akbar. Give us our government. We got to have it right now. So when the Moorish hordes increase, and we exercise that inevitable will that Allah Almighty gave us, to take our place in the affairs of men, it's over. That's weird. You ever been to bed in the morning? You know you got to get up, start your day. You say, you got to get up. I will get up. You ever been on the Oblawis? Didn't know how to get off of it? Because you saw it was ruining your life? You say, I will do the 12 steps, whatever method you use to finish this Ublawis, because it's got to stop. You exercise your will. Will is will supreme. People who have successful business is because they will to have a successful business. They don't let nothing stop them. They are already focused on what they need to do, and they do it. I say unto you tonight in conclusion, exercise your will in the name of our Lord, Allah Almighty. Exercise your will in the Prophet's divine plan of the ages and all this world. Peace.
that something? Islam? Brothers and sisters, we're on the right track at the right time, in the right moment, in the right place. Islam?
Islam.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah for what we have. Praise Allah for what we're going to have. Pray for Allah for what we've always had. And what we have right now, we have each other. Islam?
Islam.
We're family. Islam?
Islam.
One family. Islam? That's something we didn't have before. You know, one day was Negro, then over there they're the blacks, and then you get colors over there. You know what I'm saying? But now we realize there is no Negro, black, and color, just one family.
That's right.
Islam? And that's the Moorish family. Islam? House of Ali. Brothers and sisters. You know, you can't pick your family, your blood brothers and sisters, but you can pick your spiritual brothers and sisters. You know, so, and that's what we've done here. We've picked our spiritual brothers and sisters. This is real family.
Wow.
We chose this. Praise Allah. I'm so glad to hear. So glad to see you all that came out here through sometimes hard times. It's difficult getting out here. It's expensive getting out here. But you came. Islam? You know what I'm saying? The Prophet said, I give honor. Well, you have given the honor just by being here, so I'd like to give you all a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Praise Allah. So you here with these bad glasses, excuse me. Thank you. We now have, thank you, reading of the laws. Salvation, Allah, unity. Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs, if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed properly, according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Fridays are a holy day of rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed of flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father, God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that will harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve this holy divine